Hi, everybody. This is Eli-zsha Keating for WisdomSeekers.net, and I'm here simply to do the cards for the week and explain why I didn't do them earlier. My daughter, Elle, broke her ankle and was in the hospital for 3 days until she had surgery, put her ankle back together. I cannot do the interactives without her help, and I'm a little bit inept when it comes to working the computer by myself. So that's what happened. I didn't do the cards because my tech was gone. And she is still fairly highly drugged, which is kind of entertaining and kind of not entertaining. It depends on what she's doing. But I will start out with the cards. The chances of me being able to do an interactive today are fairly limited because, as I say, she's pretty highly drugged. But we will try and get things back to normal for Monday. When I say Monday, I mean Friday. Hopefully, the healing will have progressed enough by then to help. So the first card I pulled was Find Balance. And I thought, yeah, that's pretty good because that's something exactly what I've been telling people is lately is to find balance in their life, because things are very unbalanced. We are living in a time of chaos at the moment. Hi, Anjali, it's good to see you. We are living in a time of imbalance. We're a time of chaos. And that's why finding balance is extremely important. So the theory of chaos is if you have for instance, sand, and it be disabled, and it comes down and becomes chaotic. Its actions, things go this way, that way, every direction, right? But when it finds its landing place or resting place, it is in a more stable position. We are not at the stable position. We are in the state of chaos when things are going every which way and we don't know what it is. So balance is at this moment highly, highly recommended. And what that means that you do deep breathing every 2 minutes. That will means then do it. It will give you light head, but it will keep you balanced. Grabbing air will pull the two sides of your body together. That will give you balance. If you're capable of taking off your shoes and socks and walking on the earth, it will give you balance. If you're not, you imagine you're doing that, it will give you balance. Do whatever you can, use whatever trick you can to find balance. And another thing you want to do, Anjali, is not think so much. The less you think, the more you feel, and that's not emotions. Emotions are going to grab your thinking and drive you insane. The more you feel the answer, the better you're going to be. And when you feel the answer, then you're trusting the universe, you're trusting whomever you pray to, whether it's God, Allah, Lord Shiva, Lord Krishna, whomever. And I don't know the names of the other Lord Buddha, but I don't know a lot of the names. There's so many different religious, spiritual beliefs out there. I don't have them all. It doesn't matter because they all come from the original source. They all have the same energy ultimately. So call on your Lord, call on your gods, call on higher universe, and then you trust the universe. Okay, and the first card is a very good card. And actually, I looked through them. Most of them are very good cards for the next few days. It's the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands is being happy, being on top of the world, but grounded at the same time. And that is the trick. We want to be upbeat. We want to be joyful. We want to be happy, grounded. And then, but what covers it is a very interesting card. It's a card of change. the card of making a change without prior reasoning. Just, I feel this, I'm going to do it. And it's also a card of being protected and supported in that change. So even though it's an unthought out change, it's going to work for you. And the card that's behind us is the Six of Swords. And I know that card well. I don't know why it took me so long. The Six of Swords is one of the very few very positive sword cards, in that it's telling you that you're going to be in your position where you want to be very quickly. Things are moving ahead for you. And the card that's just below us is the Knight of Pentacles, which again is a card of being in balance, being sure of yourself, confident in yourself, and not having to prove to other people what you're going through. And what's coming up next? It's the Sun card, and for me, the Sun card is joy. For me, Sun card is one of the most spiritual cards in the deck. The spirituality is true. Spirituality is joyful. True spirituality leads you to wanting to sing. True spirituality leads you to want to cook, to create, dance, sing, make, paint. That's what true spirituality is. It suggests that you get out there and be creative, because the universe is at its core creative. And so love, joy, happiness is creation. So go for it. Be creative. If that means you cook the most divine meal just for yourself, then do so. And here I'm going to toss in a thing for Angelique. She has on Instagram a taste to taste Instagram, and she has some of the most divine looking food you have ever seen. So go look it up, check it out, sign up, and yeah, I follow her myself. What's coming up for us is the Princess of Swords. Well, that's not quite as much fun, because the Princess of Swords is the inner child, and the inner child wants, demands, expects things to happen, and she isn't smart enough to say, I'm going to back off when it gets too hard. She wants things to happen. She wants things to happen now. And the card that I'm going to read it on top of her, because it's almost identical card, is the Ace of Swords. It's not the inner child, but it is the deep subconscious. And the deep subconscious is cutting away little strands so that something is going to pop up, so that you have something that we will be facing. Your initial reaction may be Nine of Swords, which is depression or shock or fear. But don't go there, because it is the support. You're being supported. This is the World card. But it's the World card as a spiritual card, not a physical. And the world does support you in your growth, your spirituality. Don't resist it. Be strong within yourself and bring forward your own inner power. You want to use your intuition. You want to use your intuition when you're doing it. And yes, it's going to take a little while to find the pathway out, but you can. And this is a card basically that says, not sure how to do it, but I know I can. And so, no, you can. And the end results as well, pretty cool, is the Strength card, which is rising above the lower levels of your system, of your belief system. So this is basically, it's a given. You're going to make it, because the last card is Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups is the wish card. So you get to make a wish. Anybody who watches this, but it's also being on cloud nine, being extremely happy. So though this is not necessarily a simple week or easy week, it is a good week. And it's a good week because it ends with you being in the driver's seat. So remember, find balance. It's very important. And you will get a well-deserved reward. So we will try to answer a few questions. I'm not sure I can do it because I can't see the writing, quite frankly. My daughter is still stoned as I'll get out. She will try her best, but she is kind of funny when she's stoned. And but we will do the best we can. And having said that, what's our best?
Angelique de here says hi, Eli-zsha. Camille Harrison said yellow and orange hearts.
Oh, hi, Camille.
Daisy and hello. Angelique says, I just logged and saw you online. And then she says, heart for the message.
But going to her Angelique's Taste to Taste, yes, I recommend it. It really is. She has the most divine looking food, and I just look at it and why does she live on the other side of the continent, you know?
JT asks, hello ladies, do my guys have any messages regarding Kaito? I've been curious about him and how he's been doing since his reincarnation. I can't wait to bring him home.
So it's very funny, wherever he is, he seems to still be at the blind wiggly stage. And he's surrounded by brothers and sisters, and he appears to be very happy. You know, that's that little baby stage where they're totally helpless and their mother's doting on them. That's basically all I get for that. And whether they're at that particular stage or at the getting to the place where they're starting to crawl or move around, I'm not 100% sure, but that's the picture I got. It's just, and he's very active, by the way. That's the one thing that came out, because the other brothers and sisters are sitting there, but this one's wiggling right through the whole bunch, looking for mama.
Jennifer Schwab asks, hello, hope you're doing well. Do you see my oldest daughter, Haley, having a child by the next year? She has been trying to get pregnant for over a year. Thank you so much.
You know, a year is an average length of time. I know my eldest took her a year to get pregnant. If you look in the histories, it is an average length. She's also gone through a high stress period with her father-in-law and the situation in the world. So the fact is, she probably has had stressors that has probably stopped the insemination. Tell her no milk products, especially milk. Dairy, basically. Tell her no dairy products, which I'm sure if she loves cheese, tell her to cut way back on the cheese. No milk whatsoever. Find something else. Try coconut milk. Try something else completely. Because I do see what milk does. It creates a mucus around the female parts, and it hinders the movement of the sperm and things like that, to the point where it will stop her from conceiving. I also see that it would be really good for her to eat at least 8 apples a day, which tells me that she probably needs to clean out her cells, because apples have water-soluble fiber. And the water-soluble fiber goes into the cells and cleans the cells out. And people who have water-soluble apples have a lower incidence of many of the illnesses. So tell her to eat an apple a day or more, or find herself water-soluble fiber and put it into her breakfast porridge or whatever. It actually tastes like slime. I know, because I put it into my porridge every morning, and one of my daughters complains about that because it tastes like slime, but it's really good for her. And it's good for anybody. Everybody should have at least an apple or two a day, or water soluble fiber. Okay.
Also, don't put too much pressure on yourself or herself for having a child. My oldest sister didn't get pregnant until she decided to stop and start looking for a job.
And then she got pregnant, got engaged, and got a job all in the same 2 weeks. That child is now 9 years old, October 4th.
Yep. Queen G asks, "Hey ladies, how are you? If you are taking questions, will my podcast be useful to help to people and monetize?"
Well, you have to have, I think,
Well, it depends on
1,000 people to get monetized.
Yeah, but it depends on which program she's using. If it's Apple or like if it's not a video podcast, it's a different
Just
thing.
hang on, I'm going to move this up closer because. Okay, now talk.
If it's not a video podcast, if you're not uploading it on Facebook, the terms and conditions are different to make money.
YouTube.
If it's for YouTube, then you need there's at least 1,000 people subscribed, and some like 10 hours of watch time or something for people to for you to get monetized.
Then you want to enable super chat.
As soon as you're allowed to be you're monetized, you want to enable that. Yeah.
And then you want to ask people to. I'm not really good at that. I should be. I should do more, but the first thing that came into my head when you asked that was yes. And if you have a YouTube, put it in what. Tell us what it is, because before I say yes, I will support you, I should actually know what I'm supporting. We will not be able to do all the people that are on. I am sorry, my daughter is still pretty stoned from having her ankle broken, and she just got home from the hospital on Sunday, and she's still pretty stoned from having that operation on Saturday.
But Queen G, if you would like, and it is on YouTube, or
send us a link and we'll look it up.
Or if it's on other podcasts, I know there is I think it's a free supporter or place where you can put your podcast, and they'll send it out to everywhere that has podcasts, like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, etc. It's Anchor.
My daughter's a nerd, by the way.
I am a nerd, and I watch a lot of YouTube. And the people that I watch do podcasts with Anchor, I believe, .com. Look into that and share the link of where you are hosting your podcast, so people may, if they are curious, go and watch it, listen to it, and give you feedback.
Subscribe and things.
Yeah, she comments that it's about spirituality and personal development.
Well, the first thing that came out when you said that was yes. I believe it will. I'd love to have a conversation with you if you feel like talking.
Angelita here says, "I'll feel better, sending positive vibes. Thank you." And asks, "What is the remaining year? What does the remaining year have in store for
me?" I think that has a lot to do with how you react. I think, and I apologize for this, if you look at it and go, oh my God, it's going to be harsh. But if you look at it and say, oh, that's interesting, that's a bit of a challenge, I can handle it, it'll be quite smooth. Because I know you for a while, you handle everything. You stress, you worry, then you handle it. So leave the stress and the oh my God, and just go to handling it. Yeah, I can do that. And it will be a very smooth year. I have a feeling there's something special coming your way if you can if you can release the stress and go to, yeah, I got this. Okay, get cocky, be cocky, just be cocky with reason.
JJ says, thank you. I'm glad he is happy and doing okay. That makes me very happy. Moonfeather says, you ladies doing questions. You sure you both are okay?
We just did a questions on Facebook. Unfortunately, Moonfeather is the only one that came.
She adds, well, I was wondering if my guides have anything to say. I tried a healing session today. Not sure how I did.
No, your guides gave you a check mark. So yeah, I think you did okay. And the other day when you worked on Elle, she felt your energy and she felt better. So how's that for Elle is really good with energy. I call her my bulldozer because she goes in and she just sort of bulldozes the energy out. Very powerful. I go in behind and I do a little finessing, because she is a bulldozer, but she does know her energy. And so when she felt it, you can be very aware that you did well.
Jennifer Schwab says she laughed because she loves cheese so much. Thank you for mentioning your daughter/sister taking a while to get pregnant. It makes Haley feel better knowing that it may be possible in the future.
I think with your daughter's case, it has to do with stress, and not just her stress, but we're living in stress. This timing right now, it is very stressful. I'm stressed. That's her fault, but I am stressed.
Mama B asks, do you see me moving out of my mom's home anytime this year?
If you do, it's not the next 2 months. December looks more positive, more promising. I don't see you there forever, if that helps. There seems to be there's something that you need to accomplish within first before you move out. And it might be simply accepting the fact that your mother is who she is and you are who you are, and you don't always agree, but it's okay that you don't agree. It might be something as simple as that. Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
Are you petering out?
No, I'm okay. Naomi C asks, how's Maria feeling about me no longer being her tenant?
I think she's a little peeved with you for leaving. Other than that, I think she's okay. It says there's a little bit of a snark there, but it's not overwhelming.
Okay. Maria R asks, how is Felipe feeling about me?
He's quite elegant. He says she's a fine woman, and that's all I'm going to say.
Sharon Stone asks, will E's family ever trust me? Let me rephrase. Will E's family ever trust that I'm not the type of person to start problems with them?
Okay, that makes it a lot easier. It basically feels like it will take a little time to persuade them, but they are willing to be persuaded. Okay.
Queen G says, thank you so very much for your insight, Elle and Elisha. I appreciate it. You're welcome. Yasmin J asks, will my ex Gemini contact me anytime this year?
Nope. That's all I got was a strong nope.
Janet Preston asks,
Hi,
hello,
Janet.
my dear. I hope you are well. Hello, Elle. Hope you are better. Getting there.
It's gonna take 7 weeks, I think, before she puts her foot on the ground.
And rehab.
And rehab. Yay, rehab.
She asks, do you feel anything?
You shouldn't say that, darling. Because it's so easy for me to make a joke. But first of all, you need to go through the morning, and that's just how it is. But once you've gone through the morning and you have come to the place of acceptance, and this is like your acceptance, not other people's acceptance, you will do, because I do know I think you have joint problems. I don't see them alleviating, but I see them becoming a little better and you becoming more active. When I say more active, I don't have enough information to say whether it's in a spiritual sense or looking after your kids or looking after your husband. The husband part seems to be at this moment at a standstill. Okay.
She says she also needs a joke. Go for
uh,
Alyssa Brown asks, why does my mom think sexually? Why does my mom think sexually as far as me lying down in the living room in front of visitors? She's weird.
it's because your mom comes from a different era and different time. And you don't know what may have happened to her in the past. I would give this one to your mom. She's not going to explain, but something did happen and it really bothered her out, freaked her out. And it could be that one of the male looked at you lasciviously, and that really would upset a mother. But she's not about to tell you. It's you can sit on the floor, just sit up, okay?
Tari Avalos asks, hello, any messages? Thank you.
Hi, Terry. Your guides are pleased with you. They want you to keep up the good work. They're also telling you for something specific. I don't know what, but they seem to think you know. Keep a low profile, and everything will be fine.
Moonfeather says, woo, yay, lol. Yasmin Fox asks, hey, can I get a message from Archangel Gabriel?
He wants you to put more song into your life, more joie de vie. Get out there and do something and have fun. I think fun is something that you've put on the back burner. I think a lot of people have put fun on the back burner. Now it's time for you to bring fun back into your life. So if that means you go to a jubilee and square dance, go to a jubilee and square dance. You know, or get a zither and learn how to play the zither and make a lot of mistakes and drive people crazy. Have fun. Okay.
Jeanette Preston says, thank you, honey. I appreciate it. And Moonfeather asks, or Mysterious Moon asks, hi, beautiful Elisha and Elle. Hope all is well. When my property sells, do you see my staying with my company and building or changing jobs?
Okay, repeat that when our property sells.
I think the main question is, do you see me staying with the company I'm currently employ at or working with or changing jobs?
I suspect there will be a transition on all parts. I think that there's a really good potential that you're going to move up jobs, shift up jobs, and but it feels light. It feels positive.
And as of right now, that's it.
Well, then, because I'm pretty darn certain my daughter is at her end.
Probably.
Because I can hear her voice. I'm going to say thank you very much for being here. I truly appreciate it. And thank you very much.
Jennifer Schwab, thank you for your time and energy. I hope you have a wonderful day. Healing energy sends for your ankle foot. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
So namaste. Namaste.
Bye, everybody.
See you on the upswing.